discover why Donald Trump's survival wasn't by chance, but by God. In this video, we'll delve into key Bible verses that illustrate God's intervention. Then, we'll explore 3 undeniable facts that affirm God's role that day. Finally, we'll reflect on the significance of the incident and why there were others affected. Before we explore the incredible story ahead, don't forget to hit that share and subscribe button. Now, let's uncover the remarkable events surrounding Donald Trump's encounter with divine intervention. Part 1. Key Bible verses. In Psalms 139 verse 16, it says,
"Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be."
This verse emphasizes that before we were even born, God had already planned out the entirety of our lives, including the specific number of days each of us would have. He meticulously assigned us enough time to fulfill his purposes, such as potentially becoming the president. However, the devil, through temptation and evil acts of men, seeks to cut short these God-ordained days prematurely by eventually killing us. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 17 says,
"Do not be overweight, and do not be a fool. Why die before your time?"
That was the plan on Saturday, July 13th, in Butler, Pennsylvania. The assailant carried an AR-15 rifle with the intent to assassinate Donald Trump and others. Yet, in a remarkable turn of events, God intervened, sparing Trump's life and preventing any chaos that could have resulted in loss of life. Here are 3 undeniable facts that attest to this divine intervention. 1. Divine timing. The sequence of events reveals a chain of improbable coincidences that collectively signify divine intervention. The positioning of the projecting board was perfect, the crucial graph displaying just moments before the gunshot. Additionally, the precise angle at which Donald Trump turned his head contributed to his safety. These elements aligning perfectly underscore the blessed protection he experienced. 2. Divine warning. Father Jason Sharon, the priest who prayed on stage before Donald Trump's speech, received a message from God immediately afterward, while speaking with a small group of people.
I said to people, they thanked me for the prayer, and I said, yes, but the prayer has to continue. You have to pray. And I said that, there are people who want to shoot him. There are people who want to kill him. That was to a crowd of about 15, 20 people.
He then asked this group to pray earnestly for Trump's safety. This direct communication from God underscores a divine intention to intervene in human affairs, ensuring Trump's protection as articulated by the priest. 3. Divine presence. During the intense moment when Secret Service agents surrounded him amidst the chaos of the assassination attempt, Donald Trump felt a deep sense of peace and calm. Reflecting on the experience afterward, he openly shared that this inner peace was a profound sign of God's presence with him.
As very brave Secret Service agents rushed to the stage, at great risk, I will tell you, and pounced on top of me so that I would be protected. There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side.
Trump acknowledged that without this divine intervention, he believed he would not have survived the ordeal.
The amazing thing is that prior to the shot, if I had not moved my head at that very last instant, the assassin's bullet would have perfectly hit its mark, and I would not be here tonight. We would not be together.
This personal revelation highlights how amidst the danger and uncertainty, the presence of God provided him with a sense of reassurance and protection. Part 3. Reflections on other victims. Yet, one lingering question remains. Why did God allow the devil to take the life of Corey Compertor and severely wound James and David? It's a difficult question, especially for the families directly affected. We may never fully comprehend God's reasons, as he could have prevented these tragedies. Deuteronomy 32 verse 39 reminds us,
"See now that I myself am he. There is no God besides me. I put to death, and I bring to life. I have wounded, and I will heal. And no one can deliver out of my hand."
Perhaps God permitted these events to give Corey a heroic end, to impact Donald Trump's perspective, or to ultimately demonstrate his healing power in James and David's lives. While we cannot definitively explain God's purposes, one thing we can be certain of is his promise of healing, both emotional and physical, as stated in his word.